So, I got exciting news. I have a date tomorrow. Whoa. Hashtag single dad life. I don't get out very much. Like I said, single dad. I got my daughter pretty much full time, and dating, social life doesn't happen very often. But I'm on the online dating apps and actually met a girl, or I don't know, can you even meet online? Matched with a gal a couple days ago. We talked just a little bit on Hinge. Let's see, I'm on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Hinge is like a new one or something. I don't know. To be honest, I've weighed deleting those things for the longest time. It's such a time waste. I got other things to do right now. But it's like, well, you never know. You might meet that one girl out of a million, or you might meet someone special, and if you're not, you can't win if you don't play type of mentality, right? Like maybe tomorrow somebody might pop up. So anyway, they hang around, and I don't know. We'll go out tomorrow, coffee or drinks, see how it goes. I'm excited just to get out. Even better, she's into marketing, right? So I don't know. Is it a date? Is it more a business meeting? I'm not quite sure. So I was asking her if she had any pointers or tips about marketing for the startup I'm working on, and she was all excited. Facebook ads are her thing. So I was like, all right. Let's meet up and talk turkey, and I don't know, anything else happens, that's great. So anyway, business date. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, business date. No. So, but it got me thinking about the economics of online dating. Don't want to get too into detail on this. I'm just rambling on some YouTube video. But it's tough. It's rough out there. I'm sure some of you maybe have been on some of those apps before, and it's a jungle out there, man. There are, bless their heart, there are so many different types of people out there. You have no idea till you sign up for an online dating app just how many different shapes, sizes, colors, jobs, personalities, hair color. There's just so many different type of people out there, which is cool. Again, I'm a little pickier now than I used to be, I guess. So I do a lot of swiping left and stuff like that. Well, we'll get to that. But anyway, you stay on those things long enough, patient enough. I'm sure one day you'll come across somebody who you can at least meet up with, grab a drink or something. Who knows? But there's just it's a different environment. I don't know if it's the best way to meet people. It's definitely the most convenient. It's the easiest, but most effective. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, anyway, so going back to what I was talking about, economics, right? So I used to teach economics, social studies teacher. I teach lots of things. But if you think about it, it's a lot like supply and demand graph. Does that make sense? Here. All right, here we go, teaching again. Is this even going to work? I don't know. So supply and demand graph. You guys remember those economics? Yeah. I'm going to draw it out for you. So, what is it? On the bottom, you have the price, and the y-axis. Can we see this? Is quantity, and then supply and demand graph. You got two curves that go up and down. Supply always goes up. This is great. And demand always points down. So where those two meet in the middle, we call that equilibrium. Okay, all right, stay with me. So demand is a way we show the demand that people are willing and able. That's key here. Willing and able to, that people that are willing and able to buy a product, that want a product. That's what the demand curve shows. Willing and able, right? I want lots of things. I want a nice, fancy new car. Can I afford that right now? No, of course not. So did I count as demand for that? No, that's just called wishing. So willing and able to purchase that car, say I win the lottery tomorrow, this channel blows up, whatever, then if I want to go buy a car, I would count towards demand. Supply is the opposite. It's what suppliers are willing and able to make their products at. Okay, and then the x-axis is how many of those products are made or people want. The y-axis, the price, is how expensive they get. The equilibrium is where X marks the spot, right? It's where both sides are happy. The supplier is selling a product and they're happy at selling it at this price, and customers are happy buying it at this price. Both parties get what they want. And so that's equilibrium. That's balance. That's where you want to be. The problem with online dating is the supply and demand graph is way, way out of whack. I should do some better graphics for this. If you think about it, the supply on these apps is like almost unlimited. And that's one of the problems, right? As a guy, there's tons of girls on these apps that you could swipe right, swipe left, and it's literally a unlimited supply. So if we were to shift this curve, we would push it far to the right because the supply is unlimited. There's just no shortage of girls on these apps. Some leave, some may not use the app and put it away, but there's always new people signing up. There's always new girls coming on to this app. So you have a unlimited supply. Demand, actually, I have deleted it once. I told you I'm picky. I actually swiped left so many times on one of those apps. I think I actually ran out. It said, you've swiped on everybody in your area. You have to wait till more people like reappear or till they recycle through the filter. So I guess I ran through the supply once or twice. But anyway, you have a very high supply. Demand, from my point of view here, is guys willing and able, wanting to really meet online and date and do all that stuff. Now, let's be honest. How many guys on those apps are really looking to meet up? And how many are really looking to do other things, okay? The demand is not as big as you might think. A lot of guys on those apps, talking to a lot of the girls, it's a common thing. Guys only want one thing. And that's not, that doesn't show up here. That's a different type of demand on this graph. So actually, the demand for, again, guys who really want to meet and mingle and hang out, that demand is actually a lot lower than people might think. So what happens is, in reality, you have a very, very low demand and you have a very, very high supply, S2, D2. This is exactly the kind of scribbling I would do in my classroom. What that does is it pushes the equilibrium super, super low, okay? So what that means is, what's the cost of meeting somebody to go out on dates? Incredibly low cost. It costs you nothing, right? You don't see anybody today, just swipe them left and wait till tomorrow. There's going to be a ton more girls that show up, and then you are free to swipe whatever direction you want. And the day after, and the day after, the day after, there's no cost to not meeting anybody or to meeting. The cost is just low. You got to pay for this app. I guess you got to pay for drinks if you meet up, right? But it's just, there's always going to be more. The supply is endless. Just be patient, wait. There's no cost if you don't meet up. There's no cost swiping left. There's no cost swiping right. And so nothing much happens. And again, the demand to really meet up, from a guy's perspective, is very, very low. And so there's not that many guys actually willing and able to go out and go through the whole dating thing. And so we have the equilibrium here pushed way down to the bottom. Does that make sense? Any questions, class? That's what's wrong with online dating. The supply and demand is way out of whack. Could you fix this? Totally. What if you only had 10 girls? When you sign up for that app, you get 10 to choose from. That's it. High supply to extremely low. Okay, now you can't just keep procrastinating, waiting, swiping. You got to make a decision. Okay, if the supply is extremely limited, even if the demand for guys wanting to go out is very low, right? Well, it's these 10 girls or nothing, right? What are you going to do? You got to have to make a choice. That would help, well, put the equation in the girl's favor, but you meet more people, you would get out more, you'd have more matches if you were to do that. Or if we flip it, what if the cost for these apps was higher? What if you actually had to pay for one of these things? I was thinking about that this morning. What if instead of having a free app, someone's going to steal this idea if it's not already done. I'm giving it out for free. No one's watching this channel right now, it doesn't matter. What if you had an app that you had to pay $20 to download this app? So the cost is very, very high. If you were putting $20 up to pay for this app, would you be more apt to go and actually meet up? You better be, right? What if it was $20 a month? There we go. That maybe is a little bit better and make you some more money. Ooh, I should do this. $20 a month to stay on, okay? Well, man, why would I pay $20 when it's for free? Well, again, the only people paying on the guy side are the ones who are going to be serious about actually meeting up. The ones who actually want to go out and date and meet people and get out. And for the girls, is that worth it to them? That's less Oscar Mayer wiener pictures. That's less married guys on there to deal with, less cheating guys, less scummy guys. If $20, I think girls would jump head over heels or back cartwheels, whatever. I think they'd pay that to just that convenience of getting rid of all the crap. Only the serious guys are going to be on there if they're paying for it. That might make it a more balanced supply and demand graph, because it would obviously lower the supply of women, because you got to pay now to be on it, but it would also bring the demand back in balance, because again, you'd actually have men who are wanting, willing, and able to meet, because they're putting their money where their mouth is, or they're putting their money where they, I'm not even going to say it, they want to be there, right? Or, I guess you also maybe flip it again. Maybe this exists, I don't even know. What if you had an app that was more for the wham bam, thank you ma'am, right? If there's like a Tinder equivalent of that, it's like, dude, that's Tinder, what are you talking about? But like explicitly, not for dating, like it's just for hooking up, right? Hook up or something, hooker, whatever. Well, then it's kind of flipped. You'd have an unlimited supply of guys who would be on there looking for girls to hang out with. And then you'd have a very low demand of women who would want to play that game as well. So you'd actually take the supply and demand graph and then you would flip it. So I don't know if that's better. But it would kind of flip the tables on the guys a little bit, and that might be interesting. Flip the supply and demand equation there. So anyway, whatever. I guess that's just my thoughts on economics of online dating. Like I said, it's rough out there. Hopefully the date goes well. She's cute. She's into stuff I like. So that's two things we haven't. Well, that's two pluses, I guess. That's two good things. So anyway, you can tell I'm a fun date, right? All right, I gotta go. I got things to do, and hopefully it goes well. So I'll catch you later.